Hi everyone, welcome to the Python live coding series. It's a session 2, and today we are going to discuss about some of the problem statements in the Python, little bit some exercises. It's completely the programming coding, which we are going to see it one by one. Okay, and what is the first problem? Straight away we'll go to the problem statement and we'll see the what is the problem here. Okay, this is a question: what is an unbound local error when the variable has a value, right? So this is one of the most important questions when the people ask in interviews, and we also face this issue when you are writing the code. Okay, the question is, what is an unbound local error when the variable has a value? So I'm going to show you this code. Okay, and we'll see that. Before going to the second question, first we'll try to fix the first question. So let's go to the Python live coding, and here this is a session. I'm going to create a new file here. Okay, so this is the we have the question number 1, right? Question number 1.py. So basically we are looking for answer here. In what scenario this unbound local error will come, right? Let's go and put something like x is equal to 10. Okay, and after that I'm going to create one function name is the test. Inside that, okay, I'm going to do simple logic. Okay, I want to print of x, okay, before that, and after that I want to increment the value. So how we can increment the value in the Python? X plus is equal to 1. And after that, this is done. It's a very simple code. There is a function. Inside the function, already X is declared at the module level, and we are incrementing this one, right? So I need to call this, I need to call the function here. Okay. If I call this function, what will happen? You see something like unbound local error comes. So this is the very frequent error we see in when you're developing the projects. In most of the cases, we see these kind of issues. So we need to understand what is the concept of this. It's saying that local variable x referenced before assignment, right? So when it comes to this line number 5 to line number 7, this x is not recognized. Okay, the x is not recognized because the x is there here at the module level, but it comes to the function, there is no local variable. There is no local variable x. So we need to specify this one with the global keyword. Okay, there is a keyword called global of x. When you define the global x, that means this x scope will be there within this function, then we can able to access. So let's try this one, how to fix this issue. Now I'm going to run this code. So the issue is got fixed. So when there is an x is defined outside of the function at the module level, we need to see that how this variable is declared. Okay, if it is not declared within the function, then we need to define with the global keyword, then access will become here and the print of x will be considered, and x is also printed. So if you want to print this x after the increment also, we can print, right? This could be possible. Let's go and print this value. I got the 10 plus 1, that's called the 11. So remember, we'll go back to the problem statement and we'll see that what is the question, right? The question is, what is the unbound local error when the variable has a value? So whenever you see this unbound local error, we always fix with the global keyword. Remember always, okay? And this unbound local error is the it is a subclass of name error, right? This name error is the actual superclass, and the subclass is unbound error, unbound local error. So what is the superclass of name error? It is exception, and exception superclass is always base exception. Okay, so base exception is the superclass of all the exceptions. Under that we have exception. Under the exception we have the subclass called the name error, and the last one is the unbound local error. So when you're not specified the x within the function, then this will be throw an error. Okay, just remember what is the meaning of this unbound local error. Okay, let's go to the second problem. So what is the second problem here? Let me maximize this. So here there is a problem statement. You are given a string s and width w. Your task is to wrap the string into the paragraph of the width. If the following string is given as the input to your program, and for example, there is some text as given, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, something till Z, and number 4, okay, that is a width. The string is complete alphabets and the width is 4. And what output is expected here? The output of the program should be like, when I say 4 means the 4 characters should be print, after that space, again 4 characters, space, 4 characters, space, like that output should be print. And the hint of the problem is you can go and use the text wrap module. Okay, so the hint of the problem statement is the text wrap module, which we are going to use it here. So what is the problem statement? They will give the string, whatever the input string is, no guarantee, right? That input string should be divided based on the width. The width is also no, so it is based on the user input. The width is also will be provided. We need to show the output. Let's go to fix this issue, okay? And try to provide the solution here. So going back to this Visual Studio Code, clear this text, and we are done with the question 1. Now we are going to the question 2. Okay, so I'm writing here the question 2.py. Okay, and okay, we need to import here text wrap, because that's where only we can solve this problem. So there is the module called import and text wrap. This is by default is there in the Python. Okay, no need of any external library. This library is by default is there in the Python. We can use it. Okay, so what we need an input. The first we need the string is an input. Any string, any text user may enter. So that input we can take it with the input function, and this is how it is there. And width is also provided by the user. The width is equal to, then it is always integer. So I will put this one into the int function. So int of input. So user will provide the string, that is nothing but a text, and user will also provide the width. So both will be there here. Okay, so what is my next aim is this text wrap. I will take this text wrap will have the one of the important function called the fill. Okay, so we are going to take this fill function. What this fill function will do, it will take the text and also width. Okay, this problem statement is very easy to solve by using the text wrap. So for example, here I am using the string is my text, and the width is actually width only. I'm giving the providing this. Okay, so these inputs will come dynamically. Like user enters into dynamically. That's how it works. Then we'll see how it's going to work, right? So this whole thing will be there keeping into the final output. I'm saying that final output here, and this final output I'm going to print. So use the print statement of final output, right? Let me execute this. It's a very simple code. We are using the text wrap. It's a predefined the module which is there in the Python, which is going to solve our problem. So it is asking the input value of the string. So let me give something like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, right? So I'm providing all the values of something called, we can say that 5. Okay, I'm giving the width is 5. So what will happen? No, because it is entire string is considered as itself is that. Now I'm entering the 5. Now A, B, C, D is the 5 letters. Again, F, G, H, I, J, again 5 letters. All these entire string is divided by 5 letters. The 5 letters is nothing but width. So it is wrapping up the text with the width of 5. So when you give the 5 width, so after that, F, G, H, I, J, again 5 is done. Like that, it will go like that. Okay, let me give one more example here. Let me run this one with another example. We'll get the more clarity. Here I am writing, right, I am Python developer. Okay, I am Python developer, I am writing. Okay, so okay, so what we can do, just enter this. You can divide this entire string by using the 2 width. Enter, you see this entire thing is divided. So what is happening here? Let's go to the source code here. The line number 4, you are entering the string, and line number 5, you are entering the width, and the line number 7, you are actually providing the logic. So what is the logic here? We are using the predefined module text wrap dot fill. The string is the input, width is the input, the final output is coming up. right? It's a very simple. So without test trap also we can do, but it is nothing but a Python module only. Okay, we can take it up. So if it is not the Python module, then again there is a lot of things will be considered. It is the internal library of the Python we can consider. And this text wrap is very important if you want to do something like manipulations on the text and all. It is going to be useful a lot. Okay, let's go to the another problem statement. So what is the problem statement here? Okay, here they are giving the date. Your task is to find what the day is on the date. Okay, the user is going to enter some date with some format. So we need to find the what is the day, whether it is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that we need to find it out. Do you know how? It's a very simple problem statement, but we are going to use something called calendar module here. This calendar module is going to provide this solution. Okay, so the input is the user is going to provide the date in the proper format. That's MMDDYYY. So that means month, day, and year. Okay, once the user is provided, we need to tell the date. Day. So let's go to the session 2, and I'm creating the new question 3. Okay, the question 3.py. Okay, so here we are going to solve it one by one. So the first thing is we need to import the calendar, because the calendar only will have all this information about the date and everything. So we need to ask user to provide the input on the month, and also like day and year as well, right? We'll ask user to provide this month, day, year. So for this, basically like we are going to take the map object. So map object will be, it's nothing but a map function. In the map function, the first one is the int is the predefined function which we are going to pass. So what is the concept of map? So map is going to take the first parameter is always the function, and the second parameter is sequence. The sequence anyway I will take it from the input function, which I am going to take it here. Okay, the input, and that input we need to split. Okay, it's nothing but a string, so we need to split that one by using the split function. Okay, that means user is going to enter like this. Okay, 02, and that is a month, and the date is like 15 and 2020. This is the output. So this month is like 02, day is 15, year is 2020. This input function will take this entire thing as the text. This text should be split by using the space. Okay, by default it's split by the space. You have to give the space while you are entering this input. Okay, or else if you are having any comma or like generally some dates will be like this. Okay, if you are giving that dates, we have to give, this is the way, right? We need to split this date by using this, but as of now we'll go for the just space, and you can try with the slashes and let me know your output as well. Okay, we'll get the month, day, year. Okay, that is one way, like we are taking the input. And the second thing is how to get the day on the particular day. So for that we have to rely on the calendar. The calendar is the predefined module. The calendar dot, there is a function called weekday. Week is there, weekday is there, week header is there, all this information is there. So we are going to take now weekday. Okay, this weekday function will take, okay, if I move the cursor on this, weekday will take year, month, and the day. So we need to pass the year, month, and day. Similarly, I will pass same thing only. We have the year, and which we already there, and the next one is the what? I will move the cursor here. Next one is the month. Okay, so let's take the month, and the last one is the day, right? So year, month, day we can pass. Finally, this result will be there here. So we are finding the particular day name, right? So the day. So basically, we are finding the day, that the day name. Okay, we can say that day name or whatever suitable one which we can give. So this day name I want to print. Okay, print off, and we can use this entire the calendar object. So okay, first of all, let me print this day name, what is there, then we'll see that. Okay, so I'm going to print this. So we need to provide here the complete like month, day, year. So today date is the 01, sorry, 07 is the July. First we need to provide month, and date is 01 and 2020. Okay, I'm giving this. When you enter, this is something which is, we got an issue. How to fix this one? Because we are giving the map of int input dot split. This is something an issue is creating up. So we need to remove this. That I was written for the explanation. So we have to go with the space only. Okay. So again, I'm giving now 0, 7, 0, 1 and 2020. Okay, it's got something two. It is giving the day two. Okay, so day 0, day 1, day 2 will be there. We have to show the value of day. So for that, we'll go with the calendar and calendar dot, and there is something called day name. Okay, if you want to know particular day name, in the calendar day name is there. In the day name, we need to pass this day ID. Okay, I will change this one to the very appropriate name, that's called day ID. Okay, day ID is the suitable one. I'm passing the day ID here. Let's pass the day ID. Okay, and this we have the calendar dot day underscore name and the day ID, but these day ID is actually like a index, the value which we are going to pass. It's nothing but the key. We need to pass this dictionary object, then only this value will come. We have to uh, okay, this is fine, right? If you want to convert into the uppercase, lowercase, we can do it. For example, if I want to show into the uppercase, I will keep into the uppercase as well. Okay, the whole thing I want to print by using the print statement. Let me keep this whole text into the print statement. Let's see this whether we'll get the output or not. I'm going to execute this. Okay, today date is the 07/01/2020. I'm entering now. Okay, what is happening? Day ID spelling is okay. I have to give in the small letters. Okay, let me execute again. So what is happening, right? That the variable name which is in the not matched. Again 07/01/2020. Yes, now its output got right. 07/01/2020. Day ID is 2 and Wednesday. So what is the day ID? For example, if you take this Monday, so Monday is actually starting with the 0, and Tuesday is actually like it starts like Tuesday is represented with the 1 and Wednesday is the 2. So like that, the weekdays will be represented. So like that we are getting. So we need to pass this day ID to the day name, and this is nothing but a dictionary value we are converting into the uppercase, or like you can leave it as normal. Also, you will get the output. Anything you can try it. That's not an issue, right? So this is what the problem statement. Let's go back to the problem statements what we are dealing up. So this is what the question. They are giving the date. Our task is to find the day of the given date. So this is how. You can also change based on your logic. Maybe this will be one of the interesting questions comes in the interviews and all, like to solve these problems. So basically here we are using the calendar. You need to remember the calendar. Calendar has some functions. Okay. One interesting thing is, how many of you know it? This one I'm not sure. We have to use the map function. It will take the multiple inputs. Always map function first parameter is the function. That function can be user defined function, or that function can be a predefined function in the Python. So int is actually a function. We're calling the int. We are taking these values. Okay, our input is always integers here, right? That's how it's we're taking. We are splitting that. We are taking the input as a string. We are splitting that values we are passing as an integer to these values, month, day, and year. That's how it's working. Okay. Let's go back to this question number 4. What is the question number 4? Okay. Write a Python program that accepts the string and calculate the number of digits and letters. Okay. So they will provide one string with the numbers and also text. We have to find how many characters are there. Is that correct, right? So I mean, how many letters are there? How many digits are there? This is our job now. Okay. Okay, this is also simple. We can do it. So we'll go back to the coding, and before that, let me close all this, and we can start. Okay, close. Okay, create new file. That's called question4.py. Okay, so we are writing the question4.py. What is the problem statement? Again, we need to, actually I'm planning to read it. Write a program that accept the string, calculate the number of digits and letters. So string will be given in the form of both the characters and the numbers, and we need to find, okay. So the hint is digit and is alpha functions, we can use it, right? So is alpha nothing but alphabet or not. Digit is like whether it is a number or not. These functions we already have it on the string. So basically, when you look at this statement, it is giving a hint. We have to take the input as a string. So string are anyway having these functions. Okay, it's a pretty straightforward, right? So we'll ask user to provide the input, like a different the values you can provide with the combinations. Okay, I will ask a word sentence. So a word sentence is equal to, and we'll ask input. By default, input function will return the string only. We no need to convert anything. Okay, or else if you want to mention like enter the sentence or enter the words or combinations, whatever the thing we can say that. Okay, so enter the sentence. So we'll get the word sentence here. The next immediate step is we'll do one thing. So immediate step is that we need to find how many digits, how many letters. Okay, so I will take this one, digit or digits, whatever it is, letter is equal to and 0 comma 0. This is nothing but like we are assigning the values, which is possible in the Python. We already know it, right? So now I'm using the for, and I need to know about the each character in the word sequence, word sentence. Okay, so I will use the for loop. So whatever the user is going to enter, right, that value will be reading at the each character here. Okay. So once you read the each character, right, and we need to find this character is the is digit or not. Okay. For that, anyway, we have a function. So is alphanumeric, is alpha, is ASCII, is decimal, is identifier, is lawyer. All these functions we have it in the Python. Okay. It is available on the string, so we can use it. Now what I'm doing it here. So I need to find whether it is a digit or not. Okay, so whether it is a digit or not. And if it is a digit, I will say that already I mentioned it is a digit, is already declared. Okay, and it will take some number. Okay, so it is nothing but the like char dot is digit is always written to true or false, right? So is digit function is always written to true or false. So if it is digit, it will return the true, right? If it is not digit, it will return the false, something like that. Okay, letter. Similarly, I'm going to take for the same letter, the character is letter or not. So when I say letter or not, it's nothing but alphabets or not, right? So this function, we are going to take it up. And the next thing is, okay, I think we are almost all done in the for loop. So next, what we can do, we need to print these digits count and all, right? So let's go to this print off and use the digit in the colon, say that digit. Okay, and I want to print digit. So first of all, we'll print the digit. What would be the output? Then later we'll go for the letter. Okay. So I'm entering the sentence here because when I run the code, it is asking the sentence. Okay. So I will give that 1, 2, 3 and Python developer, something I'm writing here. Okay. Again, 890. Okay. Enter. Okay. We got the digit to true. So how to find now the count value? That is a question, right? We need to find the count value. Any guess, the people you are there right in the call in the session? So can you please tell how to find the count? Can I use this any other logic?
Digit plus equal to char.
Sorry? Anyone? How to find
So
the
every
yeah.
so every time digit equal to char is digit is true, maybe we can increase the counter for
Exactly.
digit.
That makes sense. We'll put the plus symbol here. Our problem statement will be we can achieve the solution here, right? If I'm going to execute this again, let me write 1, 2, 3 and Raja and 5, 6, 7. Enter. Digit 6 is coming, right? 1, 2, 3 is the 3 digits and 5, 6, 7. See, one small logic make big difference here. Okay, that's how work works. Every time we'll get the digit that we are incrementing, and that incrementing we are actually calculating in the digit we are printing. Similarly, we can also print the letter. Letter is also taking up the same value. We'll use this letter count. It's nothing but letter count. So letter will be taken. It's a very simple, right? So we'll use this one. Enter now. Similarly, like 1, 2, 3, and same like Raja, and 6, 7, 8. So digit is 6, letter is 4. RAJ is the 4, and 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So 6 values. So these are very simple. So you know that how to find the E digit, you know how to find alpha. Only the logic here, the plus symbol, incrementing the value. We can also do in the different ways. Okay, there are different ways we can do all these problem statements. This is one of the way we can do easiest way. So this is one of the easiest way we can is without using any any tools, but we are depending on the is digit function, is alpha function, right? If these two functions are not there, then it will be very critical, right? This is the logic. These two functions only, our problem is very easy now because of these two problem statements. Okay, so that's all about these 4 statements I want to tell that, and slowly we can pick it up like very complex statements. Then we'll see how it goes one by one. So every day we'll solve that very simple problems, and going forward I'll bring very complex statements. Then we'll need a lot of time there to invest. One problem statement may take 1 hour time also. Slowly I will take the hacker rank problems, big problems. We can solve it since today is like the first session we are here. So that's the reason I'm going with the simple example. Okay, let me revisit that what we have discussed today. The first one is the what is the unbound local error and when variable has a value. So this unbound local error will come when there is actually like when you are dealing with the local variables and global variables. The variable which you declare at line number 4, and if you are trying to access in the inside the function, if you are not specified the global keyword, it will throw an error. So unbound local error is the subclass of the name error. Name error is the subclass of the exception. Exception is the subclass of the base exception. Okay, so remember, unbound local error is basically dealing with the scope of the variables within the functions. Okay, that is actually that one of the important thing we need to be remember. And second problem statement which we did, like they will provide one string, and with the width we have to break down that. Okay, by using the 6 number or 8 number, we have to break down by using that. So here hint is the ref function we have to use, that is available in the text ref module. If you go to the question number 2, we already solved it. We have taken the input different module called text ref and provide the input. That input will be taken the width as well, and it will divide. For example, what we have done here, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and enter, and say that 2, it will break down all this, it will wrap up the two characters. So that we can easily done by using the text wrap. This is useful sometimes when you are working on any like a text oriented websites, you are building it and all, which is required. And let's go to the next problem statement. We solve it like providing the date format and finding the which day it is. So user will provide the input of date, complete date, and we need to find the day. So for that we use the calendar module. In this calendar module, we are asking user to provide the month, day, year. That where we are using the map function. It will take int as the first parameter, and the rest are all like input. It will split the whenever you provide the user input, right? It will split that value, and we are storing up that. And main thing is that weekday function, and there is another function called day name. So in weekday, we need to pass the completely three variables like year, month, and day. And once we get the day ID, we have to pass as a key to the day name, then we'll get the output. Okay. And the last one, which we have seen, that word sentence, user will provide the word sentence. We have to find how many digits are there in the given word and how many sentence, how many letters are there in the given word. Okay. So these are all like we actually found, right, with these equations. Okay. So this is all about this. In the next session, I will discuss about little complicated, since it is our first session. We're actually talking about very basics. Going forward, we are going to deal with very complicated problems as well. Right? Any questions from your end?